Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So, what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are ready to get your morning started. I know I am. It's going to be a quick show today because we have things to do bright and early this morning. I hope you had a safe weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. Hey, Courtney, come around to the other side. I hope you caught the show this past week. If you did not, please make sure you go over to YouTube and so you can binge watch all of our morning shows over there. And they are by title. So you don't even have to guess what the show is about. You can pick you a title and just watch it. So I thank everybody for joining every morning. Good morning, Kimberly. You see my stuff? Thank you. Kimberly was so sweet and mailed me a gorgeous earring and necklace set that I am wearing to work today. I think it's my new favorite piece of jewelry. I absolutely love it. The earrings are so light. So they're great. I'm waiting for my fearless co-host to come in. Good morning, Jesse. I love you so much. I miss you. Where are you? I really want to see you. I talk about you all the time. I want to see you. I hope you are safe out there in these streets as you are traveling. You are living my dream. I ain't even mad at you. I'm proud of you, girl. Do your thing. All right, there you go. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Was having a little technical difficulties and I had to go out. But guys, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for these true confessions and conversations about everyday life and finances this morning. Our quote for this morning, let me go ahead and jump right on in. Guys, the quote for today, I love this. Don't get comfortable with who you are at any given time. You may miss the opportunity to become who you want to be. That's why John Bon Jovi, y'all. Don't get comfortable being who you are at any given moment. You may miss who it is that you want to be. Guys, that's
deep. That's deep when you think about it now.
Isn't it? Even if it's a song, y'all, that is definitely deep, but we don't have time to belabor on that. I'm gonna let you marinate on that throughout your day as you think about that as we move into our conversation today. And the topic for today was don't sweat the small stuff, right? Actually, it's sweat the small stuff. And there's a reason that I'm saying don't sweat the small stuff. I don't know if y'all remember the book by Richard Carlson. When we were in college, this was like the thing, and we were graduating college. This was the thing, right? Don't sweat the small stuff. And then he did this other iteration, don't sweat the small stuff at work. Yep. And sometimes, though, guys, what I want to say to you is that conventional wisdom is not the best thing for you always. Okay. So I'm saying you do need to sweat the small stuff, especially when it comes to your finances, because otherwise, if we're not sweating those small things, then we miss out on opportunities that are going to allow us to build generational wealth. And guys, you know, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1. And we talk about rebounding. You say, well, Lynn, why rebound? You can put it in basketball. Sometimes you go up, right? And you don't make it. It hits the rim. It bounces off. You got to get it back, right? And go up again. Same thing happens in your finances. Sometimes things happen in your finances that knock you off your track. And you have to figure out how to get back on track when it comes to your finances. So that's why today we're going to talk about why you do need to sweat the small stuff. And JoJo has a story that fits in very well with sweating the small stuff. Don't let the dollar menu and the Dollar Tree knock you out of your future that is going to allow you to build generational wealth and build a true legacy, guys. Let's just be real for a moment, right? Mm-hmm. So we absolutely must sweat the small stuff. You see, there's a problem when you're not sweating the small stuff, right?
I can hear you. Then you froze. Hopefully she'll come back to us. But as she was saying with the dollar menu and the Dollar Tree, I was getting serious about my money. I realized that as I decided to break everything down, I realized that over the year, I had spent $7,000 at the McDonald's, the Burger King, the Dollar Tree, the Family Dollar Store, and it will get you caught up because you say, oh, it's just $1. Oh, it's just 99 cents. Oh, it's just $1.99 or $2.99. And the Dollar Tree, the dollar menu will keep you broke. And you want to, while you don't have any money, and if you take away those things, I would have had $7,000 extra this year than I normally would have. Good morning, Mama. Than I normally would have if I stayed at the Dollar Tree, the Dollar Store, and the dollar menu. So it ain't no joke, guys. You got to pay attention to small things. Like when you go run in there, and if I'm a Walgreens fanatic. Oh, it's just $1. I'm just gonna run it real quick, and I'm $25 in the Walgreens, spending money.
Hey y'all, sorry about that. That's my dad calling in. It must be something going on at the house, so I'm glad this is going to be a short show so I can call him back because he knows I'm on every morning at 7:15 a.m.
Daddy, no.
So I shall be calling them back later, guys. But as I was saying, there's a big problem in not sweating the small stuff. And I came in, and I'm sure JoJo was sharing her story, guys. And the thing is, sometimes conventional wisdom is not the best for us. So we need to go beyond that conventional wisdom, going beyond common sense so we can do what? Make our money, keep our money, and grow our money. That's what's most important as we move forward on this investing journey, guys. So what's going to help you to get to that point? The number one thing I want to share with you first and foremost is financial education is going to help you make money no matter what the economy is doing, right? And a lot of people will say this, and this is the thing I need y'all to grasp, to understand. The stock market has been doing very well over these last few years. Ever since the rebound, dare I say 2010 on, right, to 2017, there was strong growth in the markets. And if you were invested in the right way within the markets, you would have seen some significant gains across your portfolio. All right. And I'm hoping that you can hear me. And I wonder if there's others on here who can testify to that fact that you've reached some significant gains in where you were invested, because it's very important. And the other point I need to make this morning to y'all is when we talk about the difference between passive investing and active investing. A lot of us miss the boat because we're not involved in investing, because we haven't been educated. We think that it's too risky, right? But just know that your risk is proportionate to the education that you have now attained in regards to your investing. Risk is proportionate to the education that you have obtained in regards to your investing and how well that you are doing or not. And I'm not saying just because you get educated, there will not be times when you lose. But what I am saying is when you become accountable and when you become consistent and you get that education and you apply it, then you're going to win more than you lose because you've now developed what? A strategy. A lot of us miss out on having a strategy behind what it is that we do when we do. And that applies to anything, y'all. That's not only investing. That's even if we go back to the bare bones minimum of whether or not you have a budget and whether or not you've planned out what it is you're going to do with your money on a regular basis. See, guys, we have to sweat the small stuff. And by beginning with the small stuff, then you can amass to build those larger things. But there are certain things, guys, we must do decently and in order, right? You got to do things decently and in order. So what am I saying? You cannot sit on the sidelines. And hear me well. You cannot continue to sit on the sidelines and think that you're going to accomplish things just because you sat there on the sidelines. What research suggests and tells us is that a person who participates, so if you participate in this discussion, it's going to help you to retain the information better so that when you go to the point where you actually have to apply, then things look differently for you. So what I say to you today, guys, don't just sit on the sidelines. We are sweating the small stuff. Get involved in the conversation. Get involved in the discussions. Get you an accountability partner. Get you somebody that's going to go through this process with you, that's going to be there to help you to stick with it. See, we have to sweat the small stuff when it comes to our finances. And then once we develop the habit or the behavior to get things done, then it completely changes the trajectory for us. And we'll start to see those little tiny wins, and those tiny wins amass to medium-sized wins. And then the medium-sized wins will amass to your larger wins. But there's a process to this thing, guys. We got to do it decently and in order. The other thing that you must recognize, guys, I've created a system to help you to know what are those steps that you need to be strategic in your investing. All right, thank you. Oh, you getting it, JoJo? You getting it? You know?
Yes, it's 7:26. We got BLB in just a minute.
Okay. So guys, it's very important. I've created a system. It's called UCLA. What are the steps that you need to know to be able to invest? Because you got to sweat the small stuff. The U in UCLA is understand. You must understand those companies and organizations that you're investing in. Earlier, we were talking about passive versus active investing. Passive investing, guys, is essentially this, and this is what I recommend that everyone does to set the foundation while you are learning how to invest. Passive investing, guys, is getting inside of an index fund or an exchange traded fund. And you may say, well, Lynn, what are you talking about? What's an index fund or an ETF or exchange traded fund? Guys, these ETF or an index fund. Let's start an index fund. You know about the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones Industrial. We hear those all the time on the news, right? So an index fund is something that's going to invest across that entire industry. And the S&P 500 index fund is a way that you can now invest in the 5 largest, right? 500 largest, let me say that correctly, the 500 largest equities inside of that industry. So you can invest in all of those companies at once if you invest in the S&P index fund. So you need to figure out what that is. And if you don't know how to figure it out, Google it, guys. Get the 3 letters. The 3 letters for the S&P 500 index fund are SPY. How do I know that? Because it's something that I've already done. That's an area that I'm also invested in. So I'm not going to tell you something that I don't do as well. But that's for your passive investing. You also need active investing, right? But you need to be the one that's actively investing, or at least actively getting the information so you can now share and talk and have a conversation with the person who's actively investing your money. And the reason that I say that, guys, and there's so many different reasons. I know JoJo gave me the 2 fingers. I only have 2 minutes. I can't go into this.
It's 7:30. We got to go.
Okay. I can't do it as detailed as I would like to, but I'll definitely pick up on this tomorrow, guys. But you got to get this method down packed to where you understand what is happening inside of your investments. It is a non-negotiable for you and your family to get to your next, guys. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. And what I want to offer you today, those of you who are ready to start investing, I have a free course you can go sign up for inside of your email account, bit.ly/7day-prep-investing. Go sign up, put your email address in there. The information will be delivered to your inbox. It's 7 days to help to prepare you to invest. It's an introductory investment course. I do have opportunities to go deeper once you get more advanced, but the #1 thing you got to do, you must do, is master the basics. All right, Miss JoJo, I'm closing it out today, y'all. This was getting too good for me. You know your girl want to keep going, but I understand we got other things we got to do this morning. So make sure you go over there to that link, bit.ly/7day-prep-investing. Get started, guys, because there's no reason to not start today if you have not started. All right, Miss Lady, over to you.
All right, guys, I posted all the links for Lynn and myself. So if you have any questions, you can check them out there. You can also binge watch the YouTube channel. All of our shows are over there as well. So if you have any topics, if you have anything that you want to know, from the basics of investing to whatever you want to know, they are on the YouTube channel, so you can watch all the shows there. I thank everybody for joining the show. We got to get out of here this morning because I got somewhere to be bright and early this morning. I just have one question as we close out the Fearless Morning Show is, what do you want out of your life? What is it that you want to achieve out of your life? You wake up every day. Are you doing what it is that you want to do? What is it that you want out of your life?
Yes.
Think about that on this Motivational Monday. Are you doing what you want to do with your life? Or is crazy taking over? Or if you know somebody, do you know anybody who needs to live past crazy? If you do, invite them to the Fearless Morning Show so that we can help them out over here so they do not have to continue to live in crazy, and that they know that there is life past crazy. Thank you, Jocelyn. Be safe out there. And again, if you guys have any questions or want to talk to Lynn and I, please make sure you reach out to us. There's no question we have not heard or statement, or, I know I've heard everything under the sun on how to live past crazy. How do you do it? Where do you start? How do you keep it up? Right. So make sure you send us a message if you have any questions. So, and we'll be more than happy to answer those for you. All right, guys, that's it for the Fearless Morning Show. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a good one.
Signing off.